बचपन की यादें पुरानी हमको बतलाती थी रानी। एक था राजा एक थी रानी, होती थी खत्म कहानी। एक से कहानी सुन लो कलमों को, ज़बानी सुन लो खुशियों का पिटारा खोलो और सारे मिलके बोलो कुकुरुकुरुकु, कुकु कुकुरुकुरुकु, कुकु कुकुरुकुरु, कुकुरुकु, कुकुरुकुरुकु, कुकु कुकुरुकुरुकु, कुकु कुकुरुकुरु, कुकुरुकु। हम तो ढूंढते रहे सपनों का जहां, यहाँ वहाँ,
Hi kids.
हाँ जी हाँ, हम तो खोजते
I see all of you. I see the flat flooding. Oh my God. All of you are so excited. Good evening and welcome, you fantastic children. This is week 2 of Kukuruku Art Festival, the biggest and longest running global art festival for you fantastic children. This festival is brought to you by Camel, India's favorite stationery brand, in association with our radio partner 92.7 Big FM. धुन बदल के तो देखो. Sonalika Publications, nurturing thinking minds, shaping future leaders, and entertainment partner Pogo. I, Gayatri, am your host for this session, and it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you wonderful children to the beginning of a fabulous art adventure. Right? Before we begin, dear kids, you have to follow a few rules. These are very big, special, golden rules that you will have to follow in order to enjoy the session to the fullest. All right? Now, can you type yes in the chat box if you're ready to listen to the rules? All right. Yes, I see all of you. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So there are 3 main rules. Okay. So all of you have to listen carefully so that you will follow them and everything goes smoothly. Rule number 1. The session will be for 40 minutes, followed by a 20-minute question and answer round. So all of you have to keep yourself muted during the entire session. Okay. And all the questions you can either note down in your notebook or you can text in the chat box. And at last, I will select all the questions and ask the instructor. Okay? Yes? Give me a thumbs up. Yes? All right. And after this, second rule, if you feel confused or you can't see the session, or if there is some audio issue, or if there is some network issue on your screen, and if something you are not able to understand, you can ask your parents to help you understand what is happening and to solve the problem quickly. Okay? Yes? Great. Now, rule number 3, the final rule. Don't worry if you are missing any material when the instructor will ask you to check for the materials. If if you are missing any of those, it is okay, because we will provide you with a recording of the session after 24 hours on your Kukuruku dashboard. And now, how do we get to that Kukuruku dashboard? We have to log in to www.kukuruku.com and then click on dashboard. And then you will see the schedule and all the sessions that is recorded that has already finished. And then if you finally get your materials, you can look through the recorded videos and then do it again. And as I said, this festival is brought to you by Camel, India's favorite stationery brand, in association with our radio partner 92.7 Big FM. Dhun badal ke to dekho. And Sunalika Publications, nurturing thinking minds, shaping future leaders. And entertainment partner Pogo. So, finally, are you ready to start this fun-filled journey? Yes. Come on, type in the chat box. I want to see your enthusiasm, all of you. Show me in the chat box. Oh my God. Yes, it's flooding. The chat box is flooding. And I saw all of you getting to know each other, interacting, talking about your favorite shows, favorite games. Everybody is so excited. I can sense it from here. So brace yourself, kids, because you are going to enjoy a wonderful session on contemporary Lebanese art. So, what is contemporary Lebanese art? You will get to know very soon by Miss Jamilee from Lebanon. She is a newly contemporary Lebanese painter, and her art journey began in early 2020 amid the COVID pandemic. A combination of abstract, expressionist art and realism is what drew the attention of many people to her beautiful artworks, especially with the relaxing colors that are everywhere in her paintings. So, warm welcome to our instructor, Miss Jamilee. And ma'am, you can take forward from here.
Thank you so much, Gayatri. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay, this is very good. Thank you so much again, and hello to all. I am very excited to be with you today, and thank you so much again for this great opportunity. And I'm seeing in the chat also the great interaction. This is really good. This puts a lot of positive energy. And thanking you again because you thought of letting me be here today with you from Lebanon, my country. And I hope we will have a great painting session today, and we'll just have a good time together. Just before we begin our practice session or our actual painting session, I would like to show a very small presentation just to tell you a little bit about Lebanese art. And please feel free to type any questions you have, and to show you some of the paintings as well, to get you into the beautiful vibe of this art. So let me share my screen now, and I will tell you what we will learn today. Okay. Great. Okay, so I hope you can all see the screen now. So I've seen also some of you have asked what is the meaning of contemporary Lebanese art. So contemporary is actually means new, or in other words, the actual art that is taking place in the country. Okay, and this is why it is called contemporary Lebanese art, which we'll be talking about today, and also having some practice session. And the picture that you see in the slide is a painting of Lebanese houses. So the houses that you see are the traditional houses that we have. Plus, you see a lot of nice colors and nice interaction, which is a little bit different from what is usually there. And the colors here show you of the nature that we have in the country, which I will be telling you a little bit about it as well. And as Gayatri mentioned, my painting experience, let's say, is pretty new. It started during the COVID-19 pandemic, Although I had in my childhood a lot of pencils and coloring materials, but because of university engagement and so on, I somehow forgot about the beauty of painting and the beauty of art. So then when I was at home during COVID-19, I wanted to practice again painting and just let go of these emotions that I had because of COVID, because of not being able to see any friends or relative as much as possible. And I found myself back again to the beautiful colors and just in the beauty of creation. Okay, so here's just a very quick map showing you Asia. So this is the continent of Asia and a bit of maybe Europe up there. But you will see in red, you have the first Lebanon, and then you have India, which is your beautiful country. And you will see actually that we are both in Asia, but we are quite far from each other. So by plane, it takes around 8 hours and 15 minutes. So it's not that close, but you will see that in a lot of our cultural practices, we have a lot of common practices, let's say, and a lot of traditions that are similar. So Lebanon is a very small country. It's actually a point on the globe, and it has a Mediterranean climate. A Mediterranean climate means that it has a long, hot, and dry summer, but at the same time, it has a short, cool, and rainy winters. So you have both seasons in the country. So you might have snow. You might also have a very beautiful summer on the beach as well. Okay. So one thing that you will find very special about the country is that you can, in the same day, if it's winter time, or like around fall time, where it is not really cold that much, you can actually ski in the mountains. So you will have snow in the mountains where you can ski. And within like not more than 2 hours, you can still go to the beach and have a beautiful swim in the afternoon. So this can be done in just one day. Okay. So now we come to the part of the houses. And let me tell you why I chose the Lebanese houses or the Lebanese architecture, which will be our painting, what we will be painting today. So the Lebanese houses, as you see, they have a very special architecture or a very special design. And it is related to the nature and to the climate that is there. So you see that the roofs are in bricks, in around orange bricks. And this color is to really keep the temperature inside. So because we have a cold winter, you would have these types of houses in the mountains, and they will keep the heat inside so that the people inside the house don't really feel very cold. You will also see this structure coming from the Phoenician area. So the Phoenicians were in Lebanon, and the Phoenicians are known that they traveled a lot around the world. So they were very famous with their ships. And when they used to travel, they used to see a lot of houses, different houses in different countries, and they are influenced by the houses that they saw, and which is why you have here the house. One thing I want to mention before we start our painting is that you will realize that it has a lot of windows to let the light in. So this is because the Lebanese people like the nature, although they are inside the house, but they want to always feel surrounded by the beauty of nature. This is one thing. And the second thing is that all the rooms are like very open to each other, which tells you about the love of family and the importance of family that you have in the country, which is why you have this architecture. Okay, so now we start, we are very close to the fun part, and let's see some paintings by Lebanese artists. So you have one house, for example, which is very traditional. This is a traditional house painting. You have very beautiful green windows down the side. But also you have a lot of paints of houses, but with very different and exotic colors, which tell you about the love of not only the mountains, but also the colors that they see near the sea and so on, which is why you see a lot of blue colors also emerging from these paintings. Okay, so now we are done with the talking, and let's get down to the drawing part. So you see in front of you a very simple, let's say, Lebanese traditional house, and you will try to paint it together. Okay, so I will be also drawing, and you will be also with me doing this activity. And then at the end, each one of us will also add a part that they like to be different within the house or around the house. And this is where we will get, each one of us will get creative, just play with the colors and see what comes out of your beautiful minds. Okay? So let me now switch my camera again to the paper. One moment. Okay. Gayarthi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay. So the paper is showing, right?
Just a second. Yes, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it's completely visible. Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
Okay. So I want from all of you just to take at the beginning this pencil. Okay, let me show it. This charcoal pencil. Okay, before we start with the colors. And we will start with drawing the very basic structure of the house. So if you realize we have at the beginning a triangle at the top, which is the roof. Okay, I am not using any ruler here. It won't be perfect, even for, I mean, it doesn't have to be linear. We just need to be creative. Okay, so this is a triangle, and you see it's not a very perfect triangle, but that's okay. Then we will have a rectangle for the basis of the house. Okay. Okay. Now, let us also work a little bit on the roof. So if you see the roof, you have linear structures because they are the bricks that you have, the orange bricks that you have inside the house. So here we have a thick base. Okay, and let me color it a little bit in dark. Okay, and then we have the linear lines, which also will tell you about the bricks. One thing to mention to you that when you draw geometric lines or geometric figures, although it won't be like as a ruler, but it really does a relaxing impact on the person who is drawing it, because they would feel more organized, they would take their time, and it's just relaxing. Okay, I hope you are all following up with me. Okay, now we are done with the roof. Now let us move to the main door. Okay, so the main door of the house is also a rectangular in a rectangular form, but then we will do some more geometric lines around it. Okay, so let's start with the main structure of the door. Which is also a rectangle. Okay. Okay. And then you have the middle one, the middle, let's say the middle line where you actually open the door. Okay. And then inside the door, because that's the design of it, okay, you also have very small rectangles. So they are parallel to each other.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt.
Yes.
Ma'am, if you could straighten the paper out a little bit more, it would be perfect.
Yes, sorry. Okay. Is
Yes.
this better?
Yes, perfect. All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And then we also continue with the rectangles. But now it's a longer one. Okay, and I should try to make them more or less the same. Then we have here a small one. Okay, and then also a large rectangle. Okay, and then what's the nice thing about the design is that actually it has like a semicircle on the upper part of the door. So let me just also do the base similar to the roof before doing the actual semicircle. Okay. Okay, and then we are ready to draw this semicircle. Okay, and this curve is very famous in all of the Phoenician architecture. Okay, so this is another semicircle here. Okay, and then you have these beautiful arches. So you see that all of the design we are doing is actually very geometrical, but we are not using any ruler. We are just letting it go and see how the result will be. Okay. Okay. Now let us move to the doors. Okay, so the doors will have a very similar geometry to the door. So they also have a rectangular part. Yes, rectangular. Okay. Let's do another one here. Okay. And then let us do also the rectangles that we had similar to the door. Okay. Okay. Now, actually, in the build-up of the door and the windows on the wall, we have a lot of rocks. So usually, the material that we build the house is within using rocks. So rocks could be, for example, also like displayed in this form. Let's say we have a rock here, this one here. Okay, and then the second line will not be like. Will be like that, okay? Because they are not perfectly symmetrical, but just for the purpose of drawing, we will be doing this. Okay, I hope everyone is following up with me. Okay, so now let us start coloring and playing a little bit with colors. So just a moment. Okay, I'm going to use the beautiful green because green is also a very color that is used in nature. Okay, so this is the color of trees, and this color is used a lot in the Lebanese houses architecture. So let me color the wall, okay. Okay, you can choose whatever color you like. Okay, whatever color you feel is one of the nature colors. This is the most important part. Okay, so I am keeping the small rectangles here, just white for now. Okay, and I will choose a lighter green to color here, the small rectangles in the windows. Okay, we are using very basic pencil colors. Okay, but of course you can choose also to use watercolors if you like. Okay. The door would have the same color, okay, but I would just go very quickly over it. I'm just lightly painting. Just for the sake of time, but of course you can take all the time you need. Okay. Okay. Now for the roof, let us choose a color that is similar to the bricks color or the soil color. So that will be either brown or red or orange. I will be choosing light brown. Okay. And as I said, the reason for this color is that it retains the heat inside the house. So especially in cold winters, you would use this color for the roof. Okay, let me also paint the base here. Okay, now for the actual wall, we also need to have a lighter color. And I will be taking this similar to yellow color or yellow ochre color. Okay, so I'm now currently painting with you the traditional Lebanese house. But let me tell you about contemporary art. So actually, they moved from using these traditional colors that we are now using in building the houses, and their imagination went far more than that. So they started thinking of colors which they identify in nature as well, of course, but that can make the house look more exotic, look more relaxing, look more refreshing. So this is why in the paintings that I previously showed you, you have some houses, for example, with a violet color of doors and windows, and like the valley, for example, or the mountain is painted in blue, in dark blue, and so on. So this is just an escape from the ordinary and trying to really let your imagination go far away as much as it can go. Okay, now let me use also the brown to just color the bricks here. Okay, and let me just highlight the bars here, which are usually metal bars. Okay. And this arc here, so usually the metals here are, the bars here are in metal, but behind it you will have like a glass, so or nothing at all, so that light can easily come inside the house. And they would have natural light inside of the house. Okay, so this was very quickly like a sketch of the house. Now for the next part, I want you to imagine what could be what could be drawn next to the house. So you've seen the sea, for example, you've seen the mountains, you've seen the beautiful colored trees. I want each one of you to think of what could be really painted nearby the house, and just let your imagination flow. Okay, for my end, I'll try maybe to let me draw a tree. Okay, a tree during the fall time, and if you want to, you can also follow me. So let me start with the branch. Okay. So this tree will be near the house. Okay. So this is very basic, but I know from you art lovers that just the exercise of painting and using colors is very relaxing, which is why I love painting. Okay, let us add some branches here. Okay. And let us use the dark green to just paint some leaves. You can, I mean, imagine whatever tree you know you love. Okay. So Lebanon is also famous with the cedar tree. But the cedar tree won't be really next to the house because it lives in very cold climates. So it's usually high up in the mountains. Okay, and I'm just coloring quickly. I hope I can see your paintings as well at the end. Okay. And maybe also this color, because now we are in the fall and the leaves are starting to dry out and fall. Okay, so you will have here a lot of these leaves as well. Okay, and let us maybe here just add some beautiful blue. I am just coloring very quickly. But of course, you can do whatever you like. Okay. Okay, and maybe just let me at the end have the road. So you will definitely here have a road leading to the house. Okay. And maybe some small roses just gathered here. Okay. I'm just wondering about the time. Okay. So this is mainly it in terms of the painting. But if I don't know if I can see how are you painting? How's the painting process going for you? Gayatri?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I was just saying that, I mean, this is the key painting that to do, but
Yes.
back to the, let's say, the liberty for the participants to add whatever they feel like adding next to the house.
Okay.
Is there a possibility to see some of these paintings?
To see, I think they will have to take a picture and send it in the chat box, because other than that, we do not have the option directly because it's a webinar.
Okay, okay.
Yes. I think, kids, can you all put in the chat box what all you have drawn next to your house?
Okay,
Tree, mostly trees.
oh, sheep. Someone put sheep, a flower pot, car. Wow. Okay, they are still coloring. Okay, some of them are also still coloring. Let me then also maybe add some additional stuff to the. Great, great. Okay. Let me see here. The colors on the camera are not showing as they are. Okay, then let me color better with you since we still have the time and you are still coloring, which is also very fine. Okay, someone mentioned a swing, which is a great idea. Let me try to draw it. So this swing should come out of the tree here. Okay. And someone is also mentioning, let me see. Okay, red leaves. This is a good idea as well. Okay, so let me put them here as if they are they have fallen. It would be great if at a later stage I can see your painting. It would be great. Let me just a moment here. Okay, let us add those red leaves. So maybe they can be like that. So this one looks like the Canadian leaf, actually. I don't know if you know about it. Okay. Let me color that road. Okay, and maybe add right next to it some pebbles. Okay, so these are just like small rounds, which are tiny, tiny rocks. They are usually like around the road. Okay.
Ma'am, if you are done, could you flip the note, like make it portrait? It's kept in the
Okay,
landscape mode, right?
let me check how to do it. Just a moment.
You can
Okay.
just flip the notebook. I think that would.
Okay. If I do
Now it became the other side.
no.
I think.
Okay, okay. Hold on.
Nice. Yes, yes.
Also no.
It's 90-degree. One more turn. I think it would be done. Yes, yes. Exactly. A little zoomed out.
Okay. It's because it's moving the other, like the opposite of where I'm going.
Yes.
Oops.
It's
Let
okay. I
me
think, yeah, I think you could just keep it over there where you had kept and just flip the notebook.
Okay.
Yes.
Moment.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
Yes. Great. So kids, I think you're having a lot of fun. So while you're still drawing, let me ask ma'am all the questions that you had asked. So here are a few of the repeated questions that I had seen. So the first one is, in summary, can you tell two main differences between normal art and Lebanese art?
Okay, so there are not like really differences. Lebanese art technically came from art, and it is a part in it. But maybe what would be like one thing about Lebanese art is the interaction of colors. So you would have this high vibrancy of colors, which is what you saw also in the PowerPoint.
Question number two, difference between abstract art and Lebanese art.
Okay,
Yes.
so when we talk about abstract art, so we then move to a world, let's say, where we are not restricted by a particular pattern of lines. For example, if we want to draw a house similar to the house that we drew here, we don't have to stick to the geometric lines that we know. I mean, the house could look like in an oval shape in a certain particular background. So really the difference is that there is no rules at all. And when it comes to Lebanese art, it has the two types. So it can be a traditional art, as you saw before, and that's how it started. And then it is moving bit by bit into a more abstract art. So you would have the different kind of houses. You would have like the mountains colored in other colors than the ones that you usually color them, and so on.
The next question, which charcoal pencil is recommended? So is it like the type of charcoal pencil? So is it like the thicker ones, the thinner ones?
Okay, so usually when I do a sketch and I take my time in it, I start with the very thin charcoal pencil,
Mhm,
and then
mhm.
you build bit by bit using the thicker ones. So why is
Okay.
that? Because if you want like to have some edits and so on, you are free to do that when you have the thin charcoal. But when you use directly the thick one, it will become much more harder to edit and to change and to add any details that you want to add.
Okay. And another question. So here in the house that you drew, which you drew beautifully, so a student has asked, are the windows painted green in real architecture? In real architecture, are the windows painted green or are they made with something which is green in color?
Okay, this is a very nice question. So usually the windows are made of wood, and wood is has a like a very brownish color, but they are then painted with green or blue, or
Okay.
even you would have a lot of blue windows
Mm.
as well.
Oh, that is pretty exciting and interesting. So what else is famous in Lebanese art apart from geometrical shapes and houses?
Okay, so let me tell you, in Lebanon, we have very different cultures. We have
Mhm.
very different religions. We have 18 religious sects, which is like a lot to
Yeah.
have in very small country.
Mm,
So a lot of things influence Lebanese art. The religion is one thing, for
mm,
example. The war, unfortunately, also had a big influence on Lebanese art. The situation that the people live in, so they try as much as possible to depict what they live day by day and so on. And of course, nature remains the, let's say, the essential component that is influencing Lebanese art.
mm. Okay, wonderful. So those are the major questions that we had. Kids, do you have any other questions? Can you just put them on the chat box? A few of them have asked, can we outline with a sketching pen or a normal pen or something?
Yes, definitely. If you like to have the lines in let's say, in a harder format. For me, I like more to have the colors reflecting more what is inside the paintings rather than the outlines, but if you
Outlines.
prefer that, this is totally okay.
Another question that I see is what is something common in between Indian art and Lebanese art?
Okay, so I've seen a lot of also on the Kukdoku Art Festival, a lot of posts on the previous sessions and so on. And I saw that maybe it's because we are like also all of us living in Asia and we have similar climate and similar, let's say, nature. We are influenced by these vibrant colors. So you have the vibrant green that you use a lot in Indian art, the blue, the yellow also, and the orange, which are to me very, very nice color. And these are all like part of the warm colors that are used as well in nature paintings.
All right. Okay, one student has asked tips for beginners to start painting or sketching. I am 10 years old.
Okay. Honestly, whatever is the age, I would say practice, practice, and practice. Just take the pen, take a paper, take whatever color you like to use, and just start painting or drawing whatever you like to see. One tip could be, for example, to have a picture in front of you of something that you really like to draw, and just try to look at it a lot and take the key characteristics that should be reflected in the painting. It doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't, your first painting doesn't have to be perfect as you wanted it to be, but it will still, I'm sure it will still be very good. And every small progress will take you to where you want to be.
Definitely. And I see a question. Can we use our own patterns or do we use existing patterns when we draw these houses?
I mean, you can so the existing patterns here are like just very similar, simple geometric. So you use the rectangle, the triangle, the semicircle, and so on. But feel free, because this is contemporary art, feel free to use whatever forms you like to do and surprise us.
Yeah. And a few children have asked, where exactly do you live in Lebanon and how much do you like nature?
Okay, so it is evident that I like a lot nature, and I'm actually living in the village in a mountain
Oh,
in
wow.
Lebanon. Although previously, before COVID-19, I spent most of my time in Beirut, which is the city, but now most of the time is spent in the village.
All right, that's great. I think that's pretty much the major questions that we had. So before we end the session, a lot of students had questions about how to access the recorded sessions. So if sir could share the screen of the page. Yes. So kids, this is where when you go to www.kukuduku.com, this is the page that you go to, right? And from here, you see the login button on top right. That is where you click to log in. Once you click login, you have to enter your username and password, okay, which you and your parents have. And once you press login, your page will open. This is your page, and there on top you can see a lot of pages. And here, my profile, fest schedule, art competition, and down you see upcoming sessions and past sessions, right? So here in the upcoming sessions, you don't have recordings yet because we still have to go there. Past sessions are where you find your recordings. So here you can see on the screen past sessions. Say for example, create your own character. Now when you click on that, whichever session, for example, if you want to create your own character, you click on that and click on attend session. And once you click on attend session, it directs you to the video. Okay, so do you all know how to access the recordings now? Once you click on, you understand the process, and once you click on attend session, it goes directly to the YouTube video where it is recorded. Okay, all right. And I think that's pretty much the major questions. So thank you so
Kids,
much for
they are the
that.
future, and it's important we look after their present. That is such a corny line.
Anu led this.
Yes. Okay, all right. So, anyways, thank you so much for that splendid workshop, Miss Jamilee. I'm sure the kids loved it every bit. You made beautiful art and you inspired all those little artists out there. You are live in contemporary Lebanese art at Kukluku Art Festival 2021, the biggest and longest running global art festival for children. This festival is brought to you by Camel, India's favorite stationery brand, in association with our radio partner 92.7 Big FM, Dhun Badal Ke To Dekho, and Sonalika Publications, nurturing thinking minds and shaping future leaders, and entertainment partner Pogo. And my dear children, you were such wonderful kids, attending the session with so much energy, attention. I did not see the chat box stay still for even a second. I saw all the chats flooding out there, and I see that all of you enjoyed the session by Miss Jamilee. So let's all thank her so much for her wonderful session, and we really look forward to all of you trying out these drawings yourself at home. Okay, so that's pretty much
Thank
it for
you.
today. Everybody, yes, thank you so much, Ms. Jamilee. And kids, are you ready for the next amazing art workshop? Attend the session on folk calligraphy, the basics, by Soumya Madan at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. 9th October, that is tomorrow. All right. So bye for now. I love you all so much. Have an artistic day ahead. Okay. Bye bye. Tata. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.